When it comes to leg day, there's a particular way I like to start it. First, it's with like some type of dynamic movement. Usually, most people start with static stretches where it's basically holding the knee up towards your chest or, just bringing the legs back, trying to touch your butt. And yes, sometimes that helps you warm up, but for me, what I find to be better is jump roping or even like bodyweight walking lunges just to get my muscles primed up, get some blood flow in there, but most importantly, get my heart rate moving. So, therefore, when I do decide to go to a squat or a deadlift, I'm not looking to warm up into that exercise. I'm already warmed up. All I need to do now is just start working towards my working set. I'm the type of person where I don't just want to get strong in the gym. I'm not just working out for that. I'm working out for strength, yes, but I also am working out with mobility, speed, because I want to do other things besides just lifting. I want to play basketball. I want to go on a run. I like doing these things, right? So for me, I like jump roping first, just some type of dynamic movement, just to get the body moving, and then from there on, I go into a squat or a deadlift. But today, I'm definitely going to be going to a squat. Now, going into this squat, the biggest thing that I'm working towards is not a extreme amount of weight. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I want to max out 405. Not today. Today we're going to be doing a machine squat, and the goal is just to get the good workout in, while also pushing myself. Now, when it comes to this, I'm probably going to start with 3 plates because on this machine, 3 plates is pretty light for me. I'm not going to lie. For some people, I recommend starting with 1, but again, for me, I'm going to start with 3. And then from there on, my goal is to work up to about 6 to 7 plates, sometimes 8 for about 6 reps. That's really where I'm heading towards because I'm working towards strength right now. Most importantly, I'm making sure that I'm able to push myself and hit that rep count every time. So one thing I'm doing in between my sets is actually extending my rest time. So after set one, maybe a minute. Set two, a minute and 15 seconds. Set three, a minute and 30 seconds. Set four, 2 minutes. Giving myself that extra time to catch my breath so when I do go into it, I can get that six and definitely get it. And then from there, I move on to a different muscle group. This is where I would go towards hamstrings. And this is where I would either do an RDL with dumbbells or I would go to a seated hamstring machine. I love doing it this way because I get both my quads and hamstrings warmed up. Now, don't get me wrong, you can have, let's say, splits where you do quads one day, you do hamstrings the other day. For let's say somebody who wants to bodybuild, that's perfect for you. And even if somebody who just wants to work towards being athletic, that's still perfect for you as well too. It's just depending on what you do on those days. But for me, I prefer to do both days at the same time. So I like to go quads, hamstrings, and then from there on, I incorporate something where it's glutes, and then I'll go back to quads again, and then I'll finish off with hamstrings, as well as hit the calves, and as well as the tibialis a little bit too. So therefore, I hit everything throughout my workout. I'm not looking to, again, push to the extreme max weight. I'm just looking to get stronger, better, so I can get better at running, so I can get better at jumping, but most importantly, protect these knees. After 2 ACL tears, it's really gotten me to like recognize that leg day is not just a day where you just go in cold start squatting heavy, which I used to do. And now what I've recognized is, hey, you don't have to push yourself to that extreme. You could take your time, use your sets, use your reps, and work out accordingly. Don't just work out to destroy yourself, work out to get better. And this is for me how I found I'd be able to get better. From the seated hamstring machine, I might move to the hip thrust machine. But sometimes I might actually use the abductor machine to really single out and target those glutes. And yes, you should definitely do this if you want to get stronger, you want to get faster, but most importantly, you just want to be able to perform better in everything that you do. Whether it's playing tennis, whether it's playing basketball, or just going in there and just, playing with some friends pickleball, like handball. I love handball. Oh my God, I love handball. I wish there was a league somewhere. But to be able to just do these things, right? I would definitely work on your glutes because they're one of your main drivers for force. They're one of the main drivers for speed, right? Because if you strengthen your glute, it targets everything else. That's why I always put an exercise, whether it's the abductor or a walking lunge, because that walking lunge will target your glutes, hip thrust machine, or even an RDL variation to target the glutes specifically. There's a lot of things that you could do, right? So at the end of the day, definitely find something that you can incorporate there to help target those glutes. But from there on, sometimes I might go to like a goblet squat, or sometimes I go to a leg press. And what I tend to do from here on out is just one weight, just pushing myself because this is going to target the quads, yes, but also it's going to involve all the muscle groups I just target as well too. Something that hits everything simultaneously. And then from there on, that usually is the workout that I tend to finish off on. And what I usually do, it's about 3 sets, same weight, usually 3 plates or 4 plates, and just keeping it there and going for 3 sets of 10. Again, nothing crazy, controlling every set, really pushing my range of motion because again, I'm protecting these bad boys. I ain't trying to get injured again, but at the same time, I do want to get stronger. And this is how I'm able to push myself, right? So one of the biggest things that you could do is you could work your way up. Start with one plate, go to 2 plates, go to 3 plates, and see what you're comfortable with. And over time, one thing I do recommend is when you're deep into your routine, this is really where I say try to navigate your fatigue. And this is how I navigate my fatigue is certain exercises, maybe two of them back to back. I will start at like 70 to 75%, like towards my maximum. And then from there on, just do that for 3 sets of 10. It helps you get stronger too because you're pushing yourself with that. And then over time, you could increase it to 80%, and then the 80% becomes your 75%. And over time, you push it again to 90%, 95%, or that 90% becomes your 80%, becomes your 75%. Like for me, I remember when it came to chest, I used to chest press, flat bench press, literally 50s for 3 sets of 10. Now it's 75s. And over time, it became hundreds. And now 75s are my warm up, and I work my way up from there. So these things help you get stronger. You just got to find ways to be creative, right? Within your own routine. Always look to increase the weight because if you're not increasing the weight, you're not getting stronger. That goes for everything. It doesn't matter what exercise you do. If you're not increasing the weight, you will not get stronger. It literally becomes pointless. So you got to increase the weight and really push yourself. And then from there on, I usually finish with jump ropes again, just to really like get the legs in a way where it's not just stuck on. I just lift a heavy weight. It's like, hey, I can still jump. I can still move, right? Just so therefore I can keep that mobility. I can keep that movement. So I usually just finish with jump ropes as many as I can, or I will literally go on the treadmill, walk for like 3 to 4 or 5 minutes, and then I'll do like a mile. But I won't run it straight. I'll do like maybe half a mile like walking and half a mile running, and not like that, like half, maybe 0.25 walking, 0.25 running, 0.25 walking, 0.25 running, just to keep that movement, mobility, and athletic aspect within the routine. Because if you don't train for it, you're not going to get it. Like a lot of people think just lifting weights is going to give you athleticism. It makes you stronger, yes, but you still have to move the body to be able to allow those muscles to continue moving, to be able to allow those muscles to allow you to still play basketball. That's why NFL players, yes, they're lifting heavy as hell, but they're also running, sprinting. So therefore, that power is matching their speed, right? If you just lift, your power doesn't, and you don't run, it doesn't match your speed. You become slower. But if you lift, run, and do everything, bro, that's when you become a beast. And that's really what you want to do. But yeah, hope this helped, and let me know your feedback.